Hello, my name is Carrie, and I had my daughter Luna on March 26th of 2013. I had planned an at-home natural water birth in the birthing tub. I had pre-labor starting on the weekend, starting Saturday morning. My water didn't actually break. I had a little bit of trickling of water. It went away on Sunday and then came back Monday. And then really kicked into gear Monday night. So about 8 p.m. on Monday evening, the intense contractions started, and that lasted till about 2 in the morning, and then it got to the part where there's no break in between the contractions. I had really intense back labor, so basically all of my pain was in my tailbone, radiating out to my hip bones, which made me incredibly grateful to be having a home birth, because if I was in a hospital, I would have had to have been on my back, and that just would not have been possible for me to endure the contractions in that position. So I actually was in an extremely comfortable chair and holding myself up anytime I had a very painful contraction to relieve the pressure, and I got to be in the dark and just quiet into myself. So really no disturbance. The birth assistant that was there for me during my hardest contractions was very great in the way that she would check the heart rate and all that stuff, so it really didn't bother me. The only hiccup that we had is that we didn't kind of do a trial run of using the birthing pool beforehand. So when my partner Caleb and my mom started to fill up the birth pool, it had been plugged into the water heater, and therefore we had sediment in the bottom of the birthing pool, and therefore they didn't realize that until about 20 minutes into it. So by the time they realized it and had to basically drain everything out, our water wasn't hot. So it took about 3 hours for them to get the birthing pool filled up. During that time, of course, I was having contractions and really wanting to be in the water. They kept telling me, it's almost ready, it's almost ready. And the only way that I knew it had taken 3 hours is because my partner Caleb had started The Hobbit right at about 2 o'clock in the morning when the intense contractions started. And I just happened to see the credits roll when the contractions got super, super painful. And so that's how I knew 3 hours had passed, and they had just been telling me it's gonna be soon to try and not disturb me. So interestingly enough, I started to have the urge to push right when they had the birthing pool ready. So this was about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I had been in what they call active labor since 8 p.m. Like I said, this whole time I'm in a really comfortable chair, managing it very, very well. So as soon as I had that urge to push, we got in the water and I no longer felt pain. So I didn't feel the intense pain of the contractions in my lower back anymore. I just felt buoyant and comfortable, and the urge to push was totally natural. And April, the birth assistant who helped me, was incredible. She basically coached me through the urge to push. So to make things better for my body, she didn't have me push with the contractions. She told me to blow out. So every time I had the contraction that pushed, I would just blow out of my mouth, and it would ease sort of the tension in my body, allowing my body to naturally push. And my daughter was born about 20 minutes later and just came out smoothly and wonderfully. And I really credit my wonderful experience to the fact that I was in water, that I was at home, that I didn't have any interventions, and it was totally natural. So I could feel my daughter descending and allowed my body to do its work on its own, and therefore I didn't have any tearing or bruising or anything that would cause me to be uncomfortable. So it really allowed me to fully enjoy and experience this wonderful, wonderful experience of birthing my daughter, of getting to feel everything. Nothing was ever too much for me to handle. And like I said, because I was in my home and I had incredible support and somebody there coaching me, it really made all the difference. And to have my daughter there in the water with me, being able to nurse her immediately, and then even afterwards having an easy cleanup because it was in the birthing pool, it was all really, really wonderful. And I cannot imagine ever having given birth any other way.